Hey everyone, I decided to do a video talking about hammers. I actually made this video pretty much as soon as it came out, but then it kind of got pushed back. Daphne appeared out of nowhere and took up most of the content for the rest of the week, and then other stuff dropped, and yeah, so I ended up scrapping the video because back then I didn't really know too much about the hammers. I didn't really look into them at all, and I thought I'd just redo the video since I know a little bit more about the hammers, like stats and what they're worth really, and what you should be using them with and stuff like that. It's still all kind of new and pretty subjective because that's just how this game is. Like, there are definitely set ways to build certain characters, but there's always people that can do different things, and I think that's pretty cool and always been a really cool aspect of the game itself. So we're going to be looking into the blue hammers. Again, this is an in-game notice. I just go ahead and use the website because it's auto-translated by Google Translate. It just makes my life a lot easier. Looking at the hammers, we have, obviously in the P board, we have the new hammers for blue. This showcases what they're capable of as well as the red hammers, so if you're interested, you can just pause the video, I guess, and read the red hammers. Although I think we do have that information up on the Discord as well. So looking at the 1 to 2 hammer, so as you know, hammers are sectioned off. Here it actually showcases what hammers are in what section: 1 and 2, 3 and 4, and then 5 on its own. So they're all going to be having somewhat separate stats. And then, yeah, so comparing, I guess we can compare both hammers as well. We have the SP blue and then SP red. First, the blue has 1000 max HP, that's the normal. I believe 63 is also the normal for defense. Then we have actually agility. Agility is a new SP stat, so with blue hammers you can actually put agility on a character, although it only goes 1 to 2. And I think if you're going speed for some reason on your SP hammers, you're probably better off doing the action gauge, which is also a new stat. So action gauge is going to be a max of 5%. Doing all 5 gives you a total of 25% action gauge at the start of battle. I think this is pretty neat, but there's nothing to really utilize this well, I don't think. I haven't looked at PvP builds, but I would just imagine, you know, memories would just do everything better. I don't get why you would add an additional 25, because having a lot of the characters that utilize action gauge in the first place, like a lot of the rems and stuff like that, they really count on you debuffing. And if you're not putting debuff solely on the SP, because the strat before was fill the entirety of the board of normal hammers with agility, then fill the SP with debuff chance. I don't get why you would take off the debuff chance and put agility, or action gauge rather, as well as agility actually. But yeah, agility is just the worst action gauge, and then the action gauge doesn't even give you that much. And if you do, you know, go first, the only really utility you have is like if your rem is one-shotting. Like if we have a DPS rem, like we somewhat have that with swimsuit rem, but she still really wants the debuffs on her. Like, she's not strong enough to like kill on her own unless you get a crit and you have ram on the team, or a ram on the team, swimsuit ram. Although she doesn't really fit on too many teams to get, like, the mono purple is just not in a good spot to be taking risks like that. Yeah, so it's kind of weird. Maybe we'll see some more out of this in the future, but the action gauge is pretty interesting. I think that's like a big thing. That's kind of huge. It's just not really effective currently at the moment. Then we have weakness, resistance, and then weakness success rate. Weakness resistance, I believe, has always been 6%, and then debuff chance is actually increased from 6% to 8%. So anything that you can use, I believe it's on every single blue hammer, debuff chance. So you can get a total of 8 times 5. What is that? I can't even think about it right now. Was it 40? I think. I can't do math right now. But yeah, 40. So that's pretty neat. Definitely better than the, what is it, previously 30 that you can get. So definitely a big improvement. I'm not sure why they felt the need to increase it, but I'm glad they did. Pretty interesting. Then we have 3 to 4 right here. We have HP, attack. Oh yeah, so this is like the main draw of 3 through 4. You can actually put attack now, so you can actually get a full board of attack. The attack is going to be the same exact stat, having 125, so that's really good. Having that 125 across the board is just going to help you with the DPS that much more. and I think is very valuable for DPS characters. So if you have a DPS character, 1 through 5, all attack is going to be probably your go-to. I don't see even crit-based characters having like crit damage or crit chance. Maybe in certain instances, like Krush, because she counters a lot, those crits really add up. Like counter units, I can definitely understand a little bit, but still at the end of the day, I think it depends on the stats and the bonus stats, and I think attack is going to be very dominant here. Very good overall. Then again, you have all the other stuff, the enhanced debuff chance, and then the action gauge, agility, so on. Then we have 5 still with the 125 attack, defense, no HP here, agility, weakness, or debuff success rate, debuff resistance, and action gauge. And then here at the bottom, they actually give a list of the characters they kind of had in mind to have the action gauge. And like I said, the Rems are really like the ones to really take big advantage. I don't know about Echidna. I really want to use her SP to either tank better or to proc debuff chancing a lot better. I don't know if I really don't know how to build Echidna. Like, you can build her in a lot of different ways. She's very unique. So it's hard to really get a grasp on her. Like, I tried using her. I put debuff chance, HP could probably work, even some defense, a little bit of defense if you want. Debuff chance, I already said that. And then agility, possibly the action gauge as well. Like, these are the characters I had in mind. Again, I don't see this working with any of the Rems because you really want to focus on getting their debuffs proccing. And if you want to like sacrifice their debuff or their action gauge memory with like a debuff memory, then like, yeah, I guess it could work if you have action gauge on the SP. Like, if you don't have the idle memory, let's say, like for people that don't even have the action gauge memories, I can see this being valuable. You're not going to be able to compete. Like, you're still getting outpaced for sure, but it's better than nothing, I guess. But yeah, at that point, like, it's not. The only reason action gauge was just so good is because it was just overpowered from the start. Like, they didn't even gradually increase it. They just dropped it straight at 50%, and they've kept it there. Like, it's very strong, and that's the main reason why action gauge is just so crazy. Like, I think if you're building up towards it, like if you have like 10%, 15%, 20%, like, it's just kind of useless. Like, yeah, you can still possibly go first, but most of the time other people have memories, and it's just kind of weird. Like, you're throwing away your kit. So I really don't see them working on the Rems. Maybe Echidna. These two units aren't even viable in pretty much literally anywhere. So I don't know what they were thinking. But yeah, I just thought I'd talk a little bit more about hammers. And I guess you can always refer to this video if you want stats. But again, the Discord has all of the stats, I believe, for the hammers. I don't know if they have blue hammers, but I know they have all the other hammers. So if you want to join, link in the description. I don't know if hammer stats are on the wiki. Then yeah, so that's gonna do it for the video. I hope you guys enjoyed. Sorry, this video kind of took so long. It's just been very busy with other stuff, and it was kind of just on the back burner. But yeah, that's gonna do it for today, and I'll see you guys next time. Later.